I did not expect to be breaking this news today. However, Charles do Bronx Oliveira is fighting Rafael Fiziev in October in Rio de Janeiro. It's the main event of the fight night card. The last time we seen Charles Oliveira in Rio, Brazil, as his home country, was against Kevin Lee, obviously in which he won by third round guillotine choke. However, folks, let me talk about this. Oliveira fought a month ago. He fought literally 4 weeks ago yesterday, or 4 weeks ago last Saturday. And he lost. He got brutalized in a minute and a half, and he's getting right back in here. Any fighter ever, I would say no, far too soon, apart from Charles do Bronx Oliveira. Now, I think this is just because, first of all, I rate him, I love him, and what I find really funny about this is my previous training trip to Thailand, you know, when I met Stan, all that good stuff, link to Stan's channel in the description down below. He's on a journey to the UFC. When I was training with all them out there, I actually got a photograph with Oliveira. Then a few weeks later, I got a photograph with Rafael Fiziev. You know, Fiziev takes a lot of the Muay Thai classes out in Thai. I was like, okay, this is good stuff. And now I've seen this pop up on my feed, and I was like, whoa, my pals are fighting. My two friends are having a scrap in Rio. Let's go, boys. Come on. The winner gets to stay my friend. But obviously this matchup's massively interesting. Fiziev's such a fun stylistic matchup, coming off a decision victory. What I think's happened here is they're like, who could we boost up the rankings using Oliveira in Rio, a huge name, a huge spotlight, Oliveira's last chance to redeem himself within the top 5 of the division. Ideally for me, this would have been Justin Gaethje versus Oliveira. However, I'm extremely happy with Fiziev. Now, Oliveira's coming back very soon after his loss. Do I have an issue with this? No. He's not getting any younger, boys. And yes, it's a really risky fight. However, I don't think this will be a war. I think it's going to be a very one-sided from either man. I don't think they're going to... Oliveira is not going to stand there and let Fiziev hop, 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 leg kick, hop, 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 body kick, which is what Fiziev does. Fiziev loves, like he did to Mark Casey, he loves to smack a body kick, he loves to smack a low leg kick. And I think Oliveira goes in there and tries dragging this to the mat, runs forward and shoots a single leg, try dunk him against the cage, hold him there, get a submission. I would love to take Oliveira by submission. I would love to take Oliveira if I can see a arm triangle. I can see some strikes from top mount taking the back. Fiziev has spoken about wanting to go down to 145. Fiziev's cardio hasn't looked good. I don't know who to... I mean, Fiziev's fantastic, and I've met him, but he is small. Like you can see the photo of me and him on my Instagram. He's very small. Very stocky, extremely thick, but small, and a good guy, loves to fight. And Oliveira's coming off a brutal loss. Fiziev's accurate, he's snappy. He very good combinations, moves well. Is a low sense of gravity, can defend takedowns. I'm gonna go with Rafael Fiziev. Now, I can see Oliveira dropping him and submitting him, but I just think Oliveira's not the same, man. I think he is the same, right? I think Oliveira is the same, but stylistically now in the top 5, there's a path to beating Charles Oliveira. Now, if Oliveira goes out here and wins this matchup, him versus Max Holloway's next maybe March, April next year, and then the winner of that fight for the belt. So we kind of know the game plan of if either of these guys win, it's realistically going to be Max Holloway next. Because Fiziev will hop up to maybe number 4. He won't get a Justin Gaethje match. Hopefully Gaethje's out the picture by then. Maybe he fights a Beneil Dariush next, and then the winner gets a title. You know, Fiziev versus Topuria would be fucking insane. Really moving these divisions on is what we need to do. And I can see the game plan from the UFC in my mind, but as I said, folks, I think Oliveira... I hate to say it, I think he just loses again. I can just see him losing again and being like, we'll have to reevaluate now what's next, because I can see him losing a decision, 3 rounds to 2, just Fiziev knocking him down once or twice. I don't know. It's a real 50. I think it's like a 60-40 fight, and Oliveira is by far more dangerous. However, if Oliveira doesn't knock her out I just don't know. I was trying to think. I had Oliveira. Then as soon as I sit down and I'm looking at these two guys and I'm thinking where they're both at, I can see Fiziev just lead hand to the body over the top of the right. Oliveira stumbles back, leg kick, left body kick, right elbow. And Oliveira is just a bit like, fuck. And Oliveira is constantly having to reset. Doesn't get any of that momentum. Doesn't throw a teep and then burst into a takedown and drag you down and hold you. I could be wrong. I just don't feel like my boy, one of my favourite fighters of all time, Charles Oliveira, is there anymore. I don't want to compare him to Tony Ferguson, but you go out there and you lose a few fights. You go out there and lose a fight, right? You know, the way he lost to Makhachev, he got steamrolled. You come back, you beat Beneil, right? Lose a very close split decision. Beat Michael Chandler. I mean, like that win hasn't aged well. Look okay, bad in that fight. Get starched in a minute by Topuria and decide to bounce back 12 weeks later. 3 months later, August, September, October, literally 3 months later, you're getting straight back into camp 4 weeks after your last fight where you got brutalized. Yet again, Oliveira is the type of guy to be able to just go in there and take Fiziev down and defend his position in the top 5. And Fiziev's not beaten anyone. He's lost to Gaethje twice convincingly. The power of Gaethje was an issue. The size of Gaethje, Oliveira's huge as well. And being next to both men in person, Oliveira is a much bigger man and will have a very, if not harder, definitely the same difficulty of weight cut as Fiziev, because Fiziev doesn't cut much weight. I just have a feeling Fiziev might be too snappy. Just, that's snappy and very similar to Puria. Shorter, stockier, has a snappy striking style. Will he be able to get him down? Maybe not. Fiziev's not going to shoot. I'm going Rafael Fiziev. Now, my opinion realistically will change. Like, that's guaranteed. I'll be sitting and putting money on, and, Oliveira might have good odds after coming off a loss, but I just can't trust somebody that's been knocked out 4 weeks ago saying, fuck it, I'll fight in 8 weeks. Just hopping straight back into camp and sparring hard and getting niggles, and he's older now, coming off a few losses, and Fiziev's on a streak again. He's active. Obviously fighting Gaethje after a knee injury and not being active for so long, and winning the first round against Gaethje, dropping him. I've got Fiziev. I just think it makes more sense to pick Rafael in this situation. I've seen them both in person, and I would not like to go against Fiziev in a fight. If I was sat here right now, who would I rather fight? I would say Fiziev, because you know what you're gonna get. I would say Oliveira. I'd rather fight Oliveira just because I think I have a better chance of winning at this point in time against a Rafael Fiziev, who's snappy, strong, has his momentum back, is active again in his main event, It's sad because I fucking love Charles Oliveira, as everybody knows. I love him so much. He's one of my favourite. He is probably my favourite fighter. I can see him winning though. I can see Oliveira winning and pounding his chest, saying like, I'm illuminated by God, like I'm back, the lion's returned to my soul and all this crap, which I love as well, but Rafael Fiziev gets it done, folks. Anyway, that's my MMA news reaction and breakdown. Sorry for the lack of videos, folks. I was on holiday. It was my birthday yesterday. I'm officially an old man. It's fucking horrible. Obviously, I'm moving in about a month. Moving away to England, and they're going to be training full-time down there and stuff. So it's going to be insane. Hopefully get some videos out on the Finn Woods channel, my main channel, with Stan. It's probably my fucking best pal at the moment. Like, he's just a fucking beast. Check out his channel down below, folks. It's weird. It's really fucking weird to see both these boys, because I met them both in my last trip. I met them both at the start of the year. I met Oliveira in January, and I met Fiziev in like fucking March, April time. So, yeah, just fuck, gonna be a good fight.